YouTube, what's going on YouTube? What's going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy, one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and now I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. And of course, man, I hope you're experiencing positive energy and positive vibes, and most importantly, positive vibes only. All right, so today we're here with the house that I'm really enjoying. Huge discovery back in 2024, and really looking forward to getting a little bit more in depth into these 5 fragrances from this particular house. All right, so first, before we get going, I gotta thank my friends over at Max Aroma who are sponsoring today's video. Of course, Max Aroma is an excellent place where you can go and just explore tons and tons of designer and niche brands, some that are very popular out in the community and beyond, and some real gems like Algabra was to me back in 2024 that you might not have heard of or have much experience with. All right, so shop through there. They have samples. Love the little leathery faux leather decants that they have available for you to really sample any fragrance that you want, and I promote sampling. All right, so please sample before plunging in into that buy or not. Just go ahead and blind buy like you're probably going to do anyway. All right, so an additional 10% you can save with Dedrick 10 at checkout for anything that we're discussing today. I have everything linked in the YouTube shopping tab down below. All right, so let's get into the house. Algabra, 5 fragrances here today that I find they're stunning. Now, I will say this. There is a conversation of Algabra being like a clone niche house. I get the conversation, I do. But a lot of what Algabra provides are either they're right there with the original creation, or they offer something just a little bit more. And that's what most of these give me, just a little bit more. I lean towards these a little bit more than those originals, and I'll get into why right now. All right, so first up, from the house of Algabra, it's actually my scent of the day today. I never thought that something outside of the original Creative Ventus would really have my attention, and this has my attention. What am I talking about? From the house of Algabra, we're talking about City of Jasmine. City of Jasmine from Algabra. This is a great take on the Creative Ventus DNA. But what's so different about this? In the opening, that apple and that leather are really present up top. In your original Ventus, you get that, pineapple-y, bergamot, depends on what batch you have, kind of sparkly open up top. I like this opening better than the original Creative Ventus. I just do. And maybe it's my love for, currently right now, apple's one of my favorite notes, and leather, I've just fallen in love with that over time. But the combination of the two at the opening of this is fantastic. As you continue to wear this throughout the experience, it's captured that Creative Ventus. But this is kind of like Creative Ventus, the remix. Now I know you have Hashivat out there by Nishane and so many others, but this one to me, I'm putting above Hashivat. I am because of my personal taste, but just the added elements to what City of Jasmine provide. I just love that opening. I mean, it's the clear separator between the two from this and Creative Ventus. So City of Jasmine is an excellent take on that Creative Ventus lineage. And if you love the DNA like I do, this will be a real treat for you for sure. Extrait the Parfum concentration, great performer. Like I said, it's my scent of the day, and it is a performer, and it does really well. So from the house of Algabra, we have City of Jasmine. City of Jasmine from Algabra. Great stuff, okay? Up next, really surprised by this one because I'm not the biggest fan of where it maybe originated from. I'm not the biggest fan of DNA, but I am a huge fan of this, and I'll tell you why. From the house of Algabra, from the Tribute to Art series, we have Rejoice. Rejoice from Algabra. I haven't seen much conversation about Rejoice. As a matter of fact, I've never seen anyone talk about Rejoice. So me experiencing this was a true first, and man, wow. So I knew right away, I said, this is very familiar to something. And what it's very familiar to is Xerjoff's Herbapura, which is very, very popular in the community, and rightfully so, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it's overly fruity, overly sweet, overly dominant, with that white floral musky type of vibe. It's very, very strong. So for me, I really can't get behind it, all right? And I've tried clones and, from Middle Eastern houses and just can't get behind it. But this right here is a tamed presentation of that DNA. And what I really like about it is that raspberry feel to it. You get your musk, you get your vanilla, you get your white florals, but that raspberry kind of pokes its head out above just a dominantly fruitiness or fruit basket type of vibe that you get with the Herbapura. Herbapura is good, it's just not for me, but this is for me. Still get that fruity elements. The passion fruit and raspberry make a beautiful, beautiful scene. For sure. The performance on this is a wild. Off of 2 sprays, I was humming wearing this, man. I'm just off of 2 sprays. Just off of 2 sprays, testing it, I was humming. So be careful with this one because it does have enough power. Not as strong as Herbapura, at least in my experience, but it still has enough power. Like I said, for me, it is tame. It's not as loud. It's not as in your face. The raspberry and passion fruit really is the difference between the two. Now, I'm not familiar with the note breakdown of Herbapura off the top of my head, but immediately smelling this, it's just was, my mind went straight there. So this one right here is very sexy, very unisex, very versatile. You could do a lot with this, especially around the springtime right now. Spring nights out, wedding days. If you're like getting married, I could definitely see a bride or a groom wearing this. If you're going to a nice lunch during the day or an outing, Easter just passed. Some of y'all probably wore this on Easter Sunday. It just has a great vibe about it. And again, for me, the difference of the two is that passion fruit raspberry presentation here that really just separates itself from that Herbapura from Xerjoff. And of course, it's tamed back. It's not in your face. It's not loud. It's not obnoxious like like I think that fragrance is. All right. So again, from the house of Algarve, this is an excellent rendition of that DNA. Again, reminiscent of the DNA, but definitely does its own thing. This stuff is awesome. Very sexy stuff. I'm a fan. From the house of Algarve, we have Rejoice from Algarve. Again, another extrait de parfum fragrance for sure. Up next, this is the most unique fragrance that we're going to talk about today, and it's probably the most unique fragrance in my entire collection. I had never experienced anything like this before, and it is not going to be for everybody. From the house of Algarve, we have Crown of Maramara. I believe that's what it is, Crown of Maramara. Now, to my knowledge, I don't know or if this is something that is taken after a DNA that's already been established in the community. I don't know. So in this video, I am talking about this as its own thing. Now, if you know, then let me know down below in the comments. But let's get to it. Follow me here. This is a sweet, earthy, green, leathery fragrance. Yes, sweetness from this caramel, ambery type of sweetness. There are definitely some green facets to this fragrance as well. And there is definitely a dry, woodsy, dry, leathery combination going on here. This stuff is really good. A beast of a performer. Now for me, if I'm out and about throughout the day, moving around, like for instance, me and my wife took our sons to the zoo a few weeks back. We were out there for the majority of the day. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spring day. I put on 3 sprays of this and it was out in the air. It was moving around. I said, yeah, this is a fragrance that are meant for these ordeals. So if I'm going like to Disney or Universal or something like that, where you're just kind of just out and about throughout the day, outside in the elements, this is going to be my go-to fragrance, especially in the warmer months and even into the fall, because of what the woods and the leather do here. This stuff is different, man. Complex. It's layers to this fragrance. I would recommend a sample. Max Aroma has them. If you're intrigued and you're curious, please get a sample. I do not recommend this being a blind buy whatsoever. But if you're in the lane of complex fragrances or you want something different, something unique, here you go. This is definitely worth a sample to see for yourself. Some people may smell it and may go, you may go, oh no. Some people may smell it and go, wow, that's interesting enough where I want to explore. And that's where I am with this fragrance for sure. So again, you heard me right. Sweet, green, woodsy, leathery, unique profile, but it is really good. Predominantly for the springtime for sure. But any type of outdoor event in the warm weather, this is just going to be my go-to. I loved how this smelled in the air and just around me. Didn't get any compliments, didn't really have much conversation about the fragrance at all, but for me, I'm not really into it. Getting a compliment is great. I'm not into fragrances for that. I'm into them for me, but compliments, they're great for sure. But this right here is fantastic. It is fantastic, so different. From the House of Algabra, we have Crown of Maramara, the butcher. On schedule, all right? Really, really interesting fragrance for sure. All right, last two that we're gonna be talking about, this blew my mind. The first time I smelled this, blew my mind. And I was blessed with the bottle of this for Christmas. My wife blessed me with the bottle of this, but you can find this on Max Aroma right now in a tester or a full bottle if you're interested. This stuff is sexy, bro. From the House of Algabra, we have Cuban Tobacco. Man, I am a huge fan of Cuban Tobacco. It is a real play on Dior's Tabaccular, but this is just a little bit more interesting. And I love Tabaccular. I have a sample of it. I had a clone of it. I think I still have it. I'm not sure. But what this does versus Tabaccular is two simple things for me. One, it has this kind of boozy, spiced like feature. And with this plum wine note that's in here, the tobacco, the mandarin orange, the note of honey is not listed here, but I get a honeyed sweetness. It's not like a clear honey here, but I'm thinking just in my mind, like the mandarin orange, the plum wine, and I think it's an amber in here. I think the combination of those three things may be giving off this honeyed feel. But to my nose and to most noses, you're probably going to say I smell honey, and that's what it is. Sexy, grown man, seductive. This stuff is like that. It is like that. This was my center day on Christmas morning. I got it. I was so surprised to get it. My wife blessed me with it. I put it on. She was right up on the collar right away. Like right up on the collar right away with this fragrance. And I wore this on a date night like a couple of weeks later. We went to one of our favorite restaurants here in Jacksonville. Very nice, ambiance, very kind of sexy place with the lighting. We had a really, really good time. This was my Sunday night, cooler evening. She was looking good. I was looking good. She was smelling great. I was smelling great. It was one of those vibes, you feel me? And this is a memory. Like that date night is a memory for sure. All right. So this stuff is awesome. Very, very sexy fragrance. Predominantly for me, using it in the cooler months for sure. Great for date night. Great for those dressy occasions. Can't wait to tap back into this once we get to the fall and the winter again. From the House of Algabra, we're talking Cuban Tobacco. Love this stuff, man. Love it. I prefer it over Tabaccular. I do. It has enough differences that I was looking for, even with Tabaccular being a great fragrance. All right. Up next, this stuff right here is like gold status. From the House of Algabra, we have Eye of Seven Hills. My lord. This stuff is fire. Cinnamon, saffron, tobacco, booze, a little bit of oud, a little bit of sweetness from this vanilla. Along the lines of Initio Side Effect, which is a really good fragrance, but this is better. This is better. It's my opinion. And I'm not just saying that because Max Aroma is sponsoring this video. I'm not. Like, I purchased this with my own money. Max Aroma did not send this. I purchased this with my bread. And I was really a fan of Side Effect. I thought it was really, really good, but I had never purchased a bottle. I had me a nice sample of it. I was wearing through it. And then when me and the Bishop, shout out to my guy, the Bishop Jared Miller, we did the live stream with the Algabra Discovery set, where most of these I smelled, and this was one that blew us away. This is the first one that I had to have, was Eye of Seven Hills. This is a masterfully done. I love saffron, but also the boozy elements, the sweetness in here, the spices in here. This stuff is goated, man. It is a goated winter fragrance for sure. Top 10 for life for winter season. Fall, bro, this is it. This stuff is outstanding. The layers of this fragrance really are revealed. And then this is not a shot at, side effect. But side effect, it's, if you put these side by side, like side effect smells good. It smells good. It's going to be more than serviceable. But if you're looking for just a little bit more of a pop, this has it. And I don't know if it's the saffron tobacco oud combo with the boozy features and just how the sweetness of the fragrance just really blends beautifully with it. This is outstanding stuff. This is goated stuff, man. And a lot of y'all know about this one already. And if you don't, I definitely recommend you getting a sample, predominantly for the cooler months for me, for sure. But this is outstanding stuff, man. Try for yourself. Try for yourself. From the House of Algabra, we have Eye of Seven Hills. Eye of Seven Hills. And like I said at the start of this video, most of these fragrances that we talked about today, minus one, they are very familiar. The DNAs have already established, and I get the conversation of it. But until you try the fragrances, that's the thing. You got to try the fragrances and enter the conversation that way. Not just of what you've heard. And, Algabra, they're a glorified clone house. They are not. They are not. Get your discovery set. Max Aroma has that as well. Use Dedrick 10, get you 10% off that as well. All right. And just see for yourself. Algabra has something for everybody, so tap in. All right. So again, thank you to my friends over at Max Aroma for again sponsoring today's video. I am a huge fan of the House of Algabra, and just been really happy with my experiences with the house so far. I'm going to be diving more into Algabra as we go on throughout 2025 for sure. Great stuff. So Smell Good family, let me know down below in the comments, what are your thoughts on the House of Algabra? Have you tried them? Do you have a discovery set? Do you have a couple of bottles? Do you have a sample? What are your thoughts on the House of Algabra? They are, in my opinion, they are outstanding for sure. Outstanding. All right. So until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Y'all know it's positive energy, it's positive vibes around this way, man. I appreciate all the love and support. We hit 25,000 subscribers. Thank you guys. Live stream coming soon. It is going to be fun. All right. So appreciate y'all yet again. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see y'all on the next one, baby. And as always, splack it up, splack it out, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put onto this world is exactly what you specifically, what you are going to get back. All right. Peace, y'all. Till the next time, splack.